next guest found herself part of a group of young women and children forced to surrender their bodies in some of the most evil rituals imaginable. Her own child was used in a human sacrifice ritual. It was only 3 years ago that Lauren Stratford gained the courage to talk about her horrifying experiences publicly. She still receives harassing phone calls and threats from members of the cult. She's the author of this book called Satan's Underground. As a child, my next guest was used also in worshiping the devil, participated in human sacrifice rituals and cannibalism. She says her family has been involved in rituals for generations. She is currently in extensive therapy, suffers from multiple personality disorder, meaning she's blocked out many of the terrifying and painful memories of her childhood. Meet Rachel, who is also in disguise to protect her identity. You come from generations of ritualistic abuse?
Yes, my family has an extensive family tree, and they keep track of who's been involved and who hasn't been involved. And it's gone back to like 1700.
And so you were ritually abused.
I was born into a family that believes in this.
And does everyone else think it's a nice Jewish family? From the outside, you appear to be a nice Jewish girl.
Definitely.
And you all are worshiping the devil inside the home?
Right. There's other Jewish families across the country. It's not just my own family. There's other Jewish families across the country. It's not just my own family.
Really? And so who knows about it? Lots of people now.
I talked to a police detective in the Chicago area, and several of my friends know, and I've spoke publicly before. And
so when you were brought up in this kind of evilness, did you just think it was normal?
I blacked out a lot of the memories I had because of my multiple personality disorder, but yes, I mean, it's like if you grow up with something, you think it's normal. Mm-hmm. I always thought
So what kinds of things? You don't have to give us the gory details, but what kinds of things went on in the family?
Well, there would be rituals in which babies would be sacrificed, and you would have to, you know...
Whose babies?
There were people who bred babies in our family. No one would know about it. A lot of people were overweight, so you couldn't tell if they were pregnant or not, or they would supposedly go away for a while and then come back.
Now, you were telling us earlier that the practice with the Kilroy death was a religion called
Palamayombe, which not all people who practice Palamayombe obviously sacrifice. I think what we're looking at is a...
This is the first time I heard of any Jewish people sacrificing babies, but you witnessed the sacrifice...
Right. When I was very young, I was forced to participate in that, in which I had to sacrifice an infant.
And the purpose of sacrifice is to what? Is to bring you what? What are you sacrificing for?
For power.
Uh-huh. Power.
For power.
Uh-huh. Power. And so, were you ever used? Were you ever used yourself?
I was molested. I was raped several times.
Mm-hmm. And what's your mother doing?
She's...
In all of this? What's her role in all of this?
I'm not exactly what her role is. I haven't, recovered all of my memories, but her family was extremely involved. Mm-hmm. She brought me to it. Both of my parents brought me to it.
And where is she now?
She's lives in the Chicago metropolitan area. She's on the Human Relations Commission of the town that she lives in, and she's an upstanding citizen. Nobody would suspect her. Nobody would suspect anybody involved in it. There's police officers involved in it. There's, doctors, lawyers, Indian chiefs involved in it. There's other Jewish families across the country. It's not just my own family. There's other Jewish families across the country. It's not just my own family. I mean, it's not the person, who looks scummy that's involved in it. It's someone who looks normal.
Were you raised with a sense of right and wrong, Rachel?
Yes. I mean, it's like I had both. I mean, to the outside world, everything we did was proper and right, and then there were the nights that things changed, that things just got turned around. What was wrong was right, and what was right was wrong. What was wrong was right, and what was right was wrong. What was wrong was right, and what was right was wrong.
Yes, I think it's important to know that these people definitely believe that Satan is the most powerful person, more powerful than God. And I believe in my God, in Jesus Christ. They believe in their God as being Satan, that he has more power and he's going to defeat everybody. And
did you once believe that too?
No, I was never a Satanist, but I certainly lived with people who did believe that.
Did you ever participate in the killing of human sacrifice? See, but I am very surprised because the Jewish faith is the Jewish faith, and worshiping the devil is not a part of the Jewish faith.
But the primitive
Jewish people do not worship the devil.
But before there was Christ, and before there was a system of one God, there was paganism, and still exists in the world, and in many cultures, you still find the belief that there is strength and power in the actual consumption of human flesh. You still find the belief that there is strength and power in the actual consumption of human flesh.
Now, in your family, did you all call it worshiping the devil,
No,
Rachel? Or
I don't know.
It was just evil, these things you did.
Right. Well, I said it was evil, and they said it was good. There was a book that I had just come across called Lilith's Cave, which is a book of Jewish mysticism and supernatural. And there's a lot in that book that relates to what I, endured when I was a child.
I want to stop right here, though, because you know how people build prejudices, just like you said about the Caribbeans.
Sameh,